edition of Wolf Tracks. The school newspaper has a long tradition itself, but this year the tradition is broken. Find out what happened to Skuhkum. The always strong SK football team featured a record-breaking running back this past fall. Tonight, meet Narrows League MVP Ryan Cole. And join us for a look at some of the hot gift-giving options this holiday season. Tonight on Wolf Tracks.
Hello and welcome to the December edition of Wolf Tracks. I'm Ryan and I'll be your only host today.
So, how you doing, buddy?
What are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I just want to have a little fun.
See, they all think I'm talking to air.
But you know I'm here. You can see me.
Yeah, but they can't. Oh, well, let's just take it to our first story. Oh, man.
Boy, are these halls crowded. '22. First senior graduating class of only 14 students. We were thinking the same thing, so we decided to talk to the superintendent, Bill Lamont.
We estimate that it would cost somewhere between $45 and $50 million to build another high school.
Some people think that adding portable classrooms like these will help fix the overcrowded problem. But Mr. Lamont says that isn't the case and that's just a Band-Aid. It will not help reduce the already crowded hallways, expand bathroom facilities, the cafeteria is too small, and especially classrooms like labs are in short supply. But before a new school can even be considered in a bond election, the district first needs to pass an operating levy to operate and maintain the facilities they already have.
We lost $6.6 million in revenue, and what that means is we had to reduce teachers, we had to reduce custodial support, we cut all the junior high activities and athletics programs, we reduced the activities and athletic program here at the high school by a third, and supplies and materials are reduced. $6.6 million is a lot of money to take out of the local economy and to take out of the school district. So it was a pretty big hit.
So for now, a high school originally built for 1,800 students has 2,500 jammed in the halls. Education has never been cheap, and it's always surrounded by controversy in any school district. But consider this, we have no auditorium, no gymnasium large enough to hold our entire student body. And for one of the finest student bodies in the state to have to live with that and other shortcomings is a tragedy. And any solution is years and years away.
Hey, what you got there?
It's the thing that's going to make all my holiday wishes come true. A mistletoe.
Yeah, I'd like to see that happen.
Why? What are you getting me this holiday season?
I don't know. What are you buying me?
Yeah, right. Well, maybe you should take a look at this. It may give you some ideas.
As documented in the holiday classic Christmas Vacation, we all have our favorite memories. Well, maybe not all Christmases are quite like this, but one thing remains the same, and that's the presents. There are many new items on everyone's list this year, with new kids' toys, popular teen trends, and new electronics for both old and young.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Every year, companies continue pumping out new and better toys and technology, and every year we pump out more and more cash to buy these creations.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
But not everything in the store is new. Like always, the ever-popular Magnadoodle, Legos, and game boards, such as world-renowned Monopoly, are still some of the most demanded gift items for the holidays.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And then there's popular clothing, ranging from new styles of jeans and pants, shirts and tops, and sweatshirts and vests. But for this generation, you need only to visit your nearest electronics department, where you can buy everything from TVs, stereos, video games, and everyone's favorite item, music. There are music CDs for every type of music, from every single year, from every different genre.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you
So now that you've seen what's out this Christmas season, go out and buy that perfect gift for that special someone, and have a very Merry Christmas.
a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Here at South Kitsap, whoa, wait a minute, what's this? Oh, I know, it's the Holiday Extravaganza. On November 18th and 19th, the annual Holiday Extravaganza was again held at South Kitsap High School. Various holiday vendors were present with an extensive display of products, as well as several community performers, including SK's outstanding jazz vocalists, the Highlighters. Another entertainment highlight was an adult clogging group.
You're lucky you'll catch a heart attack.
We asked Mr. Colombini why this was going on.
Well, this started 15 years ago in 1985. Citizens for Quality Education organized this to help the school district support student needs, for an example, scholarships and things of that nature. It's a fundraiser not for the school itself, but for students, and to help the local levies promote the elections and the local levies.
Wow, this was going on for 15 years? Also, many SK students were present finishing up some holiday community service, in addition to holiday shoppers eager to get their Christmas wish list done. Let's ask some people at the extravaganza why they came.
I came here for community service originally, but there was way more people still showing up than I thought there was. It's really great. I didn't expect so much of a turn up. A lot of people though, and this is a really good thing.
I came here because I'm a newly graduate of South Kitsap, and I thought that it would be fun to come kick off the holidays this way and just help support South's Holiday Extravaganza.
That was cool that a newly grad of South Kitsap came out to support the extravaganza. Why don't we take a look at some of the holiday vendors? Well, I hope you all enjoyed the holiday extravaganza. We hope to see you at next year's holiday festivities.
Man, why do I have a guy as an imaginary friend? Couldn't I have thought of like a Mondo Babe or something?
Hey, what you reading?
It's an old issue of the school newspaper.
Why an old issue?
Well, duh, there's no school newspaper this year. Idiot.
I wonder why.
South Kitsap High School is full of tradition. You've got your football games, spirit weeks, and homecoming. But what about a less noticeable tradition? The school newspaper, otherwise known as Skuhkum Views. For many years, the paper has been entertaining the student body, voicing opinions for the students by the students. This year, Skuhkum Views was cut out of the South Kitsap budget due to yet another effect of the levy failure.
I was looking forward to becoming involved in the newspaper this year, but I was pretty disappointed when I found out that the newspaper was cut. Another thing, it's South Kitsap students' only way of voicing their opinions, and to cut that is cutting a lot of our rights that we have.
I think it was really bad that the class was cut. I mean, for one thing, it was a class, it was an educational opportunity, it was vocational, and it gave a lot of people experience if they wanted to be journalists or something like that.
So what is the school going to do about it?
Well, what we're trying to do is, number one, get the upcoming levy passed so we can bring back all the activities, the extracurricular activities that were cut, to bring them back on board. It takes extra funding financially to support these extra classes. And so we are putting a lot of time and effort into getting this upcoming election passed.
Some of the editors were trying to get together to help keep the paper running after school.
At the beginning of the school year, we found out that our program was canceled. We had already had editors in place and had our plan. A number of students met, tried to get the newspaper going as an after-school activity. However, it just is not going to work out this year. We currently are not active at all. However, we may have a group of students try to put together a senior edition of the newspaper with the help of the ASB class, but that is yet to be decided.
So with everything still up in the air and the levy still undecided, no one knows the final fate of the South newspaper.
Oh, yeah, bring it on.
Oh, I can whip you anytime.
Yeah, right.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm making a movie.
Right.
What, I'm not good enough for you? Oh.
Yeah, right. Let's just take a look at some people that can really make good home movies.
Here at South Kitsap High School, it's a common sight to see people walking around with cameras and tripods. These students are part of South's video production class and are working towards producing stories for Wolf Tracks.
But away from school, a handful of movie fans are channeling their talents in producing, directing, and acting, creating their own personal home movies. Here are some clips from a few of these student home movies.
I like making movies because I like to entertain people and get their reaction.
Even though I don't go to South, I like making movies because I always saw my brother and his friends making movies, so I thought it'd be fun, so I just make movies and I do it whenever I can.
Using creative ideas such as dubbed kung fu fighting flicks and anything that involves a Pee Wee Herman doll, these filmmakers start with an idea and work with it until the masterpiece is finished. I get inspiration for the movies that I make from scripts that I have, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And since I have a Pee-wee doll, I make pretty sweet movies with him, because Pee-wee's awesome.
I've been inspired by cartoons like Ren and Stimpy and SpongeBob SquarePants.
With no budget to work with, these amateur filmmakers have to improvise. A lot. Props are often from old toy boxes. And instead of a studio, they get to go on the location of their choice and have to make creative use of their working ground.
I prefer shooting in my brother's room because it's the only place that's clean.
I usually don't shoot, but when I am behind the camera, I like to be outside because it's just a big area.
I like shooting at night and in the dark.
Many of the amateur filmmakers have been influenced by books, music, and famous directors or screenwriters.
I've been influenced by directors like Tim Burton because I really like Nightmare Before Christmas, and he directed Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and Pee-wee's awesome.
I've been influenced by books that I've read, like The Oath.
Filmmaking is a very fun way to be creative. For now, they're just doing it for fun. But who knows, shooting a movie with a Pee Wee Herman doll in the living room or clay figures in the garage may someday be shown as the early work of an Oscar-winning movie director.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, just go away. Go
Jeez.
away.
Why don't we go to a quick break while Mr. Grouch over here blows off some steam? Yeah.
dude, I'm late for class.
Oh, it's faster that way. Hey Trent, you know that great football star Ryan Cole?
You mean like the greatest running back in SK history?
Yeah, I was thinking, his name's Ryan and my name's Ryan. You know, like, what's the difference?
Let's just check out the story on him.
All right, wow.
In the 1999 season, Roger Cooper was the star running back for the Wolves, leading them to a great season.
10, touchdown, South Kitsap!
But this was a new year, and people feared with Cooper gone that no one was there to fill his shoes. They were wrong. Enter junior running back Ryan Cole.
You know, it was like some big shoes to fill, and like I worked really hard for it, and you know, people say, you know, I filled them, you know, and that's great, but you know, I had a lot of pressure on me, so I'm glad I was able to, you know, step up to this spot.
Cole impressed everyone with an outstanding year that included 35 touchdowns. He also broke the West Sound rushing record with 2,175 yards. He also successfully led the Wolves to their 21st consecutive state playoff berth.
It's a tremendous feeling, you know. It was a great accomplishment, and it was just, I don't know, it was just a feeling that I can't express with words. It was just, you know, when I broke it, I felt great, but at the same time, I was like, all right, well, let's win this game.
Betters hands the ball off the Cole. He gets straight up the middle. There goes Ryan Cole. He gets to the outside. There goes Ryan Cole. Nobody's going to touch Ryan Cole. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
You're expected to win because we've been such a winning program for like such a long time. You know, it's been 2 decades, and you know, when you have that riding on you, you know, of course you're going to feel a little pressure, but you just have to hold back, you know, put the butterflies away and go out there and play.
To top the whole season off, Ryan Cole was voted the offensive MVP of the Narrows League. A great accomplishment, but one he also shares with a very important person in his life.
My mother has always supported me in football. You know, she's been to all my games. She's never missed one sporting event of mine. She was just a tremendous person, and I like to thank her for helping me out through this, you know, through this season. And she's always, you know, helped me out, picking me up when I was down at some points, and you know, she played a really big part in, you know, football for me.
Ball's given to Cole. Cole's going to get out to the left-hand side, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
Narrows League beware. Ryan Cole is only a junior, and he'll be back next year. And the Wolves should be strong also.
There goes Cole. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. 10. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Ryan Cole.
Do you ever wonder what goes on behind the scenes of all this video production stuff?
Well, you should know. You're a student in video production.
Hey, can you just leave me alone? I'm trying to finish this hosting gig.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. That guy's a nut.
Well, maybe this next story will show you a closer view of what the video students do here at South.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Channel 3 is a really fun and exciting channel to watch. Of course, that's if you like seeing Board of Commissioners, Bremerton High School News Live, or TVW. The picture quality is always good, and the shows never make you want to leave your couch. The shows don't always look like they're produced by professionals, and that's because they aren't. In fact, some of the best shows you see on Channel 3 were shot and produced by students. And here's something that takes real talent, a South Kitsap football game. But what work really goes on behind the scenes of a football game production? 8 monitors, 3 digital cameras, an audio board, a character generator, a video switcher, 3 VCRs, over 1,000 feet of cable, and many hours of work, and that's just the setup. Not to mention that if any one of the over 100 connections between the cables fails, we're up the all too familiar creek without a paddle, and the quality of the production falls. Let's look at the actual live production.
I do the graphics and audio of this operation, and pretty much all I do is level out the volumes of the announcers and put the score on the screen.
And I TD, which we call TD, which is technical directing, and it's basically just punching buttons and making sure that whatever the director, which was Ryan, what he wanted gets done.
I was the director, and basically what my job was I just directed everyone. I told the camera people what to do, and then I also told the technical director to take the shot. So basically I made everything that was shown on the television.
So next time you're watching public access cable and you see a great show, remember, it's really not as easy as you think. And if you see a show that's really not that great, remember, they tried.
I am the god of wrestling.
Yeah, right. Have you ever heard of Dave Dias?
Oh yeah, he's like the greatest wrestler ever at South.
And you think you're the god of wrestling?
Yeah.
Right. Just watch this and see who's the god here.
The SK wrestling team has won 77 straight league wrestling matches since 1992, led by head coach Ron Hudebert. But he hasn't done it alone. Helping as an assistant coach has been Dave Dias, but that's just a small sideline for him. Dave is the high school maintenance supervisor and has been doing it for 13 years.
My name is Dave Dias. I am the facility manager at South Kitsap High School. I've been an employee of the school district for 12 or 13 years, kind of starting to lose track.
Dave graduated from South in 1979 and is perhaps the finest wrestler ever to set foot on the South mat. He placed first at every tournament he competed in and finished with an overall record of 28-0, and of course a state title in his senior year. He knows firsthand what it takes to be a champion.
Through the season, what I would do is, after we went through a practice, I would go home, put on some sweats, and go out and run 5 to 7, 8 miles. And I do that 2 to 3 times a week.
Here is a brief overview of what a typical practice looks like at SK.
And work on takedowns for 10 or 15 minutes. And at that point, it's just purely technique. And then at this point in the year, we're doing a lot of teaching, so we'll go into some more teaching. We'll review some of the things that we've already learned. And then at 5 o'clock, from 5 to 5:30, it's all conditioning. So calisthenics or sprints or bear crawls or anything that can work on conditioning, because at this point we're not in good enough shape to go full speed wrestling for any amount of time.
Well, mainly what Coach Dias does is he's like the strength part. He mainly makes us do push-ups. He does not as much running and everything, and he makes us do like endurance things like that. Now, personally, I don't like that because I'm not very strong.
Coach Dias is a really good wrestler, and he knows what he's doing, and he's a very hard worker. Every Tuesday and Thursdays are match days for the Wolves, and it's when all of the hard work pays off.
He's trying to pull that leg over. He threads his leg in.
Oh, he's got him. Well, I hope you have a better understanding of who Dave Dias really is and what he has accomplished in his past, and also what good things he is still doing currently here at South Kitsap High School.
Well, that's all that we have for today's show.
Oh, it's over already? Now I can't have my fun anymore.
You are driving me crazy. Hey, Kevin, can you see Trent? Can you see Trent over there? What? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Join me and the crazy guy next time for the January edition of Wolf Jacks.
I'm not crazy. Yeah, see you guys later.